We've learned time and time again that war leads to the fall of nations, with legendary empires once thought to be unstoppable, falling in days. And we always learn how vulnerable we really are. And in the beginning, Cal learned this exact lesson. And his death would immediately set a rivalry that would last for a month. But it wasn't just Cal who learned this lesson. So did the kings with the fall of Gehenna 1, a monument of the kings and a devastating blow. The kings sought revenge but had no home, and soon they would get one. However, over time, a new figure would rise within the server. His name was Panda, and he would change everything within the server. Panda had something in the SMP that nobody had. He had true loyalty to his members. No matter how many times he would rise and fall, he would always stay with his group. He brought something new to the server, something we hadn't seen in a while, and he would change everything. Panda would also be considered one of the most controversial members in Gale SMP history. He would also cause many conflicts, many betrayals, and be involved in a lot of the server's activities. It was once said that Panda's story was like an arrow in the sky. You would truly never know where it would land until it hit the ground. Some say Panda's arrow still hasn't hit the ground, and his story continues. However, even this is controversial. After the fall of Gehenna 1, the kings immediately sought out to find a new home, and that's exactly what they did. However, the journey was a deadly one, and the credibility of the kings was slowly going down as death started to hit the kings. The journey to find a new Gehenna was very deadly, and so our journey begins. After the fall of Gehenna 1, the three kings immediately set out to go find a new zombie spawner. And soon, they would find one. And this spawner that you see before you would change this server forever, creating one of the most powerful Gehennas ever made in Gale SMP history. And yes, there are multiple. After I found the spawner, we all gathered up and began construction on Gehenna 2. It needed an official name, and so we named it The Forge, but it's better known as Gehenna or GA. Honestly, you pick. After we set up all the villagers, maxed them out, and placed all the jobs everywhere, our rise was practically inevitable, and so it was. We made multiple sets of diamond armor, made multiple tools, we made multiple elytra sets. We were stacked out of our minds, and Gehenna, as per usual, made us some of the most powerful people in Gale SMP history. To this day, Gehenna has not fallen, and it's even more powerful than it was in this background footage. Gehenna is one of the most absurd things me and Solid and Theory have ever done, and it's a very impressive estate. Gehenna made us and our country absurdly rich, affording practically anything, from libraries to maxed out sets. Anything we wanted, we could have it, thanks to Gehenna. And pretty soon we wanted to lay our eyes on the server, but we wouldn't want to just do it the traditional way. We wanted to switch things up, build our way there slowly, and so we began planning world domination. But first we had to get stacked, so we spent multiple weeks upon weeks getting Gehenna ready for all-out war. Until then, we sat back and watched the other wars happen. We brew up potions, built a PvP arena and Gehenna. We even started practicing on Hive. We all started practicing leadership skills in battle. We started practicing sieges of countries. We were practicing everything that was necessary for war. Then we started to lay our eyes on specific targets. We wanted Tengu dead, we wanted Callus dead, and a new member in the SMP who had joined. We were quite curious on him. We were going to see what he did, and depending on what he did do, we would see whether he'd be our enemy or our friend. This individual's name was Panda.
Okay. Gale SMP Day 1.
Popular Panda, better known as Panda. One of the most controversial members in Season 4 history. One that would bring war, peace, prosperity, betrayal, trade, and so much more. Panda was the figurehead of something new, something we had never seen before. Every time Panda would log on, the server would be full. Everybody was just attracted to him like moths in a lamp. It was just so fun every time he logged on. But why? My reasoning is because Panda was a bringer of peace. He had a new nation known as Panda Town. This group was a group that was very interesting, having multiple wars, lots of members, multiple countries and bases, and they would go through so much. But no matter how many times they fell, they always came back up. No matter how hard they were hit, they would always rise back up. But it wasn't like this when he first joined the SMP. He was a new man joining a strange world, and he would quickly learn the hard way that this world is not friendly. He was during his stream building his home and getting himself stacked while Tengu was stalking the stream. While he and his friend were playing on the SMP, Tengu managed to track down Panda. Now he has to make a decision. Should he fight Panda or should he befriend Panda? Panda was having a conversation with Solid on what he should do. Solid denied going over there to help him but gave him an advice: just fight Tengu. But he had to log off for a minute and Tengu got an opportunity to ambush Panda. He hid under his house and Panda found him.
Okay, I don't like that there's dirt in front of my door and not grass. He's down there! Oh my gosh! Ow, they sort of so much damage. What the heck?
Yeah, you might as well run away.
That's a piercing. That's a crossbow. I'm out. Peace. See you never. I hit him once. He hit me twice. And he has a piercing crossbow, probably. He's enchanted crossbow. There's no shot. I don't trust it. It's a piercing for sure.
Panda discovered that Tengu had a very powerful crossbow, which led Panda to immediately run from his home. Tengu and his friend immediately gave chase, and Panda had no time to react. Eventually, they got him.
Yeah, I feel that. Whatever. Okay. Why are they chasing me so hard? Oh my gosh! They're in a boat. Ah, it's over. It's over, right? Yeah, it's over. Never mind. You know, that is really unfortunate.
As I mentioned earlier, every single time Panda would fall, he would always come back up. And when Tengu killed him, he definitely came back up. And over a couple of days, Tengu and Panda's issue would be resolved, and they would eventually become friends after Tengu repaid Panda in diamonds. Shortly after, Panda's original house was burnt down by Kao and his friends. When Panda constructed Panda Town 2, it was generally prosperous, and it was actually doing very well. Even though there was a little bit of chaos, the country was starting to do well in the beginning of the server, starting to get themselves stacked, and at this point, the kings were definitely taking notice of this new group. So one day, I went over to Panda Town 2 just to get their coordinates. I wanted to just see what they were doing, and I was very interested. Seeing that Tengu was over there, even though a day prior Tengu had killed Panda, was fascinating. I was so confused, but so kind of relieved. One of my enemies was chilling with another potential enemy. It was like everybody was getting together. It would be the perfect opportunity to get a bunch of loot all at once. But after hanging around in the stream and seeing how fun it was just to watch, I eventually refrained myself from doing such an act. But I did kill Tengu.
Yeah, man. Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Chill.
Hey, Gale, how's your day going, buddy? How's your day going, Gale? What's this book? Oh my gosh, give me that. No, relax. Bro, you can't be dropping your sword in my house, relax. I'm gonna get beamed.
My boat. What's up with you? Take my boat.
Bro, you just got 360 no scope. Okay, bye, Gale.
For now, Panda Town 2 would thrive, and it would continue to thrive for a couple of weeks. However, eventually, civil war would plague the country, and eventually its demise would be met. But until then, the country was on its rise, and the members were looting up. They were all getting ready to fight an unexpected enemy. After the fall of Gehenna 1, Kao and his friend Sleepy had nowhere to go. They found out that Tengu had attacked Panda and Panda had built a small base, so they immediately set out and lived at the base. They raided it and burnt it down. After this, they went to Panda actually, and they asked him, hey, could we join you or possibly be a part of your base? Panda, knowing that these two had destroyed Panda Town 1, rejected the offer. And so Kao and Sleepy had to set out in a journey to build a new home. While on this journey, they met a couple of new guys, but one of them was named Trav. They accepted Trav into their group, and Trav would play a major role in the upcoming future. Over time, Kao and Sleepy found a place to settle. It was an oak village next to a savanna, but they weren't really interested in the village. They were interested in what they found under it, being a spider spawner. Spider eyes are very important for making potions and, well, just mainly focusing on chemistry. They knew they could become very powerful if they exploited the spider spawner. And so it was. Moria was planted underground under a village. Kao was happy with the new settlement. He had to be underground, if not the kings would find him. And if you remember, the kings are at war with Kao at this time, and if the kings found Kao in his regular base, Kao would be raided and possibly killed, so him being underground was perfect for him. However, something unexpected would happen in the upcoming days. You see, if you want to get background footage for your country on Xbox, you would typically need to make a clip, and that's what you're watching now. Kao is making his clips for his footage and his videos. However, there's a way to exploit this and get the coordinates, and Waffle knows this way. And Waffle's a man who religiously uses this way. If you make a clip in your secret country, Waffle would find it. And so it was. Waffle found Kao's country. Waffle essentially blackmailed Kao. He said, listen, I want to join your country, but if you don't let me, I will leak your coordinates. And Kao knew that if the coordinates to Moria were leaked, he would be killed by the kings. Kao had no choice but to accept Waffle. But Waffle had good intentions. Waffle started helping Moria. In fact, Waffle was the reason why Moria's spider spawner is so OP. He helped build the spawner itself. The country of Moria was soon on the rise, and it seemed pretty prominent. Kao knew that his country would actually be, well, a great country, and nothing was going to stop Moria at this point. Moria was unfindable. Unless you knew Waffle's tactic, it was practically undetectable. And here, Cal was given an opportunity to legitimately focus on the war with the kings. Cal had a chance to fight the kings, and he knew a battle would come soon. He just didn't know where or when. He knew that he could actually pose a fight. And at the time, their group was small, so anyone being a spy would be very unlikely. In fact, the kings had proposed to Waffle for him to be a spy, and Waffle denied. The loyalty to Cal was very much ensured, and things seemed to be going perfect for them. So, Cal and his country is undetectable from our maps, huh? Maybe we can use other ways of finding their coordinates. So, we asked Waffle to spy for us, and he rejected, huh? Well, don't they have a guy named Trav? And so it was. 1 week after Moria was made, Trav decided to be a spy for the kings. The kings immediately got the coordinates to Moria and actually went to Moria. However, we found nothing. We went to the village and we're like, what the hell are these fake coordinates? Is Trav even an actual spy? Then we hit up Waffle, but Waffle rejected our offer. So we needed some other way. We didn't trust Trav after he gave us fake coordinates, but in reality, he gave us real coordinates. We didn't just check underground. So we realized something. If Waffle just joined Cal, maybe we could get another person to join Cal. And so we got Theory 15 to attempt to join Cal's country. It was successful, and Theory supplied them with a little bit of armor that they needed. However, Cal knew that Theory was a spy, and Cal immediately did not trust Theory. However, by then it was too late. Theory got the coordinates to Moria, and even if Theory didn't get the coordinates, Trav gave us the legitimate coords. And so it was, we were ready to hit Moria. And so, one night, me and Theory headed over to Moria when Cal wasn't online. Trav was online to introduce us to Moria and show us the place, and so we waited for Cal. Eventually, Theory noticed that Cal had been online and had gotten on Minecraft. We knew exactly what was about to happen. Cal logs on, and Cal reports later that he saw a name tag starting with a G, and that it was relatively long. However, he assumed it was Trav's. He also saw Theory's name tag, assuming that Theory was dropping off more supplies for the country. Little did he know that he was about to be assassinated.
They had assassinated me and won the war. The one thing that hurt me the most is that one of our founding members, Trav Violins, betrayed us for protection from Gale. We discussed terms, a treaty of sorts.
And so, an unofficial treaty was signed between the kings and Moria, basically saying that Moria kind of belonged to the kings but was doing its own thing. Also, that Cal was not allowed to take revenge against Trav. Sure, Trav gave me the coordinates to Moria and essentially helped me win the war, but knowing me, I really don't care about Trav. And so, well, I killed him. Shortly before Trav was betrayed, Callus had shown me something that I had no idea would be so important later. It was named the Crown of Moria. It represented Moria, and it was one of Cal's prized possessions. It would have a later role in the server, and it would change things from now to the end.